I gave Claude Code a single product photo, one line about the brand, and it came back with 5 completely different ad creatives, all generated using OpenAI's brand new image model, GPT Image 2. And every video on this model, right now, it's just a comparison, but nobody actually built anything useful with it yet. So in this video, I'm going to compare GPT Image 2 against Nano Banana 2 with the same prompts. And then I'm going to show you how to build an ad creative generator that runs on autopilot using Claude Code and fal.ai. Now, GPT Image 2 dropped yesterday, and it's already sitting at number 1 on the Arena AI leaderboard, which means it's beaten Nano Banana 2 by a pretty wide margin, and that's based on thousands of blind votes from actual users. And the reason I care about this is that we build content and ad automation systems at Loopsera. So the first thing I wanted to know is whether this model is actually good enough to plug into a real workflow, not just generate pretty pictures. So here's what you'll have by the end of this video. You'll have seen the head-to-head comparison, so you know which model to use when. And you'll have a working Claude Code skill that generates ad creatives on autopilot using GPT Image 2. And if you stay to the end, I'll show you how to extend this to generate social posts, thumbnails, and landing page mockups from the same system. Now, the skill file I'm using in this video is in the AI Builders Boardroom. That's my school community for AI builders. Grab it from the link below if you want to follow along. Right, so before we build anything, I want to actually test this model properly because the leaderboard says it's the best, but I want to see it for myself. So I ran 5 identical prompts through both GPT Image 2 and Nano Banana 2, and here's what it came back. So the first prompt was a premium coffee bag for a brand called Ember Roast. And both of them nailed the text, which is worth noting because that used to be the thing that every image model got wrong. But look at the difference in the scene. Nano Banana 2, which is the one on the right, gave us this full lifestyle setup with a branded mug. But look at the difference in the scene. Nano Banana 2, which is the one on the right, gave us this full lifestyle setup with a branded mug, a pour-over, a succulent, and even a realistic barcode with proper numbers. And GPT Image 2 went heavier on the label design itself with these clean bordered sections and a flame icon, but the scene around it is simpler. So for a product photo you'd actually drop into a campaign, Nano Banana 2 wins this round. Now this one is a skincare ad for a brand called Dew. And both of these are generally usable as social media ads without any editing, which makes this one a draw. Now on the left, GPT Image 2 went for this warm, dewy feel with water droplets on the surface, probably because of the brand name. And Nano Banana 2 in the right went cleaner and more editorial with a gold dropper cup, but the text, the layout, the typography, hierarchy, both of them got it right. So next, the prompt here was a candid iPhone photo of someone in a London coffee shop holding a cup with the flat white handwritten on it. And look at the difference. GPT Image 2 actually made the text look more handwritten in a marker, which is exactly what I asked for. And it's got that tight, slightly overexposed iPhone selfie feel. Now on the right, Nano Banana 2 built this gorgeous cafe environment. Exposed brick, chalkboard menus, other customers, but the text on the cup looks like it's printed in block capitals, not handwritten. And the framing is wider, more like a professional camera than an iPhone. So GPT Image 2 wins this one because it actually followed the brief down to the handwriting style. Now, this is the one that makes the case. The prompt was a full project management dashboard called Task Flow with a Kanban board, sidebar navigation, and task cards with descriptions. And GPT Image 2 on the left generated this where every single word on every single card is perfectly legible and correctly spelled. Every date, every tag, every description. So you can see it for yourself. You can notice every text is legible. And then on the right, look at Nano Banana 2. The headlines are fine, but zoom into the body text on the cards. Notice this text over here is gibberish. So planned marketing campaign, months, MS, compatium, oving, strategic. Notice this is all gibberish. And that's the gap. GPT Image 2 can render dense, small text perfectly. Nano Banana 2 still breaks down when there's a lot of text at small scale. And the last one was a data table comparing AI image models with prices and categories. Both of them got every data point correct. Every model name, every price, every category. But GPT Image 2's version looks like it came out of a design school up here on the left, with this recognizable brand logos for each model, a proper header row, and a clean visual hierarchy. Nano Banana 2's version is simpler, more like a social media graphic. Both accurate, but GPT Image 2 is more polished. So here's where I landed. GPT Image 2 wins on text accuracy, structured content, and prompt adherence. And Nano Banana 2 still holds its own lifestyle photography and scene composition, which means that for ad creatives specifically, they are neck and neck. And that matters because of what we are about to build. Right, so now you've seen what this model can do, but pretty pictures don't mean anything unless you can actually use them. So let me show you how to turn this into a system. Now, the setup is pretty straightforward because we only need three things. First, we'll need Claude Code. If you haven't set it up yet, I've got a full tutorial on that, which I'll link in the cards. Second, our fal.ai API key. So we're in anti-gravity. We need to open a new folder, give it a relevant name, hit enter, then select folder, and we have anti-gravity ready. So we're going to click yes, I trust the authors. Let's maximize this window. So let's close the right pane because we don't need it. And then we're going to open up Claude Code. If you don't have Claude Code installed, you're gonna, on the left menu, you're gonna navigate through extensions, and then you'll search Claude Code. And you see Claude Code is gonna appear the first in the list, and it's by Anthropic. And then you're going to install it, and then you're going to click on this Starburst logo. It's gonna open up Claude Code in anti-gravity. Let's quickly close this other tabs because we don't need it. And then on the left menu, we are going to go to the Explorer. So this is where our files sit. And then let's feed it the skill that I'm gonna share with you guys in the school community. I've copied and pasted the skill in charts, and then I'm gonna tell it to set up this project and add this as a skill. And then you're going to hit enter. And you're gonna see files are going to be set up in the left menu. I'm gonna switch this to bypass permissions. And if you don't see an option like that in you're going to go to general config, and you're going to allow dangerously skip permissions. So it's not gonna nudge you a lot asking you for permissions. So it's done setting up the project, and you'll see files have been added. If you look at the left pane, the file explorer, so it's given us the file structure, and then it's given us instructions on how to get started. So we'll need a fal API key. So if you click environment.example, we'll see we need to add our fal API key. And for this, we'll need to go to this website, fal.ai. It's basically an aggregator of AI APIs. So you can use Nano Banana, GPT, all of that with one API key. And if you scroll all the way to this section, you'll see the pricing. So this is the cost to generate a low quality 1024 by 768 image, and this is the cost to generate a high quality one. It goes up to 41 cents for one image, depending on the quality and aspect ratio. You'll click on your profile, and then you're going to select API keys. Then you're going to click add a key, and then you're going to click create key. So you'll need to copy this API key. So we'll copy that API key. Then we'll go back to anti-gravity and paste the key in your environment.example. So we are going to copy everything here, and then in the file explorer, we're going to click on somewhere empty, and then you're going to add a new file, and then we'll call it .env. This is where we're going to store all our credentials, so our API keys. So I'm going to paste what we already have, and then save this by clicking Ctrl S. So I don't want to run this. I'll say I've added the API key and tell it to install the dependency. And then I'll hit enter. And it's going to do step 1 for me. So it's successfully installed that. Now we can test. So we'll hit this command. So we'll copy and paste it here. And then we'll paste this instruction. So we're going to tell you to use the creative generator skill. And then you're going to paste this instruction here. So create 5 ad variations for Dew skincare. So this is the brand name, the product, the tagline, the brand colors, the tone of voice, the target customer. Now I'm going to use this as our product that we need to create for our brand. To upload the product image, so I'm going to click this plus button. I'm going to select upload from computer, select the image from my file manager, and then let's just give it the name. And then hit enter. Let's see what it comes up with. We'll switch to bypass permissions, and then it's not gonna nudge me to accept permissions every single time. Now, if you take your time and look inside the skill, you can see the 5 styles we are generating. So we're generating a product hero, UGC flat lay, bold graphic, and a before and after split. Each one has a prompt template that Claude fills in based on your brand brief. And what we've just fed it is the brand brief. And as you can see, we kept it really simple. And that's it. Let's wait and see what it does. Looks like it's done generating. So it's taken the brief and written 5 completely different prompts, one for each style. And it's tailored each one to the brand. Let's see what it came up with. So this is the first image. Looks pretty sick if you ask me. Then we've got the UGC style. If we zoom in, well, it's good at small text, but we can see right here the text is a bit distorted. So not such a good generation. Then we've got the lifestyle flat lay. This looks great. The text is good. So now for the bold graphic, it got the brand guidelines a bit off. And then here is the last one, split a before and after image. So I've given it feedback based on the 2 images that were a bit off. So the 4th variation, so this variation, which was completely off brand, and this one, I've given feedback based on the small text that's distorted. So let's see what it comes up with again. You see, this is the part I love. It fires all 5 generations in parallel. So instead of waiting for 2.5 minutes for them to go one by one, they all come back in 30 seconds, which is a massive time saving if you're creating hundreds or even thousands of variations. It's crazy, and that's just from one simple brief. Imagine what you could do with this system. So it came up with this. Now the bottle doesn't have any branding. I guess it got my prompt wrong, so we'll need to regenerate this. So let's look at 4. Now this is on brand, but the logo up here is different. Let's regenerate it again. And because fal.ai has the edit endpoint as well, Claude can take the image that's already been generated and make targeted edits without starting from scratch, which saves you credits and time. And if you've just watched that and you're thinking, I want this generating ad creatives for my clients, but I don't want to be the one building and maintaining it. That's exactly what we do at Loopsera. We build the whole system, set it up for you, and you own it completely. Links in the description. So it's done editing this image, and you'll see now the logo matches exactly as the one on the bottle. And the UGC style, it's regenerated a new one. And now the text is, we can see the text. So if you're okay with this, then you're good to go. Now, the skill as it stands generates 5 ad creatives from one product photo. But here's where you can take it further. So first, you can add more styles. If you want carousel ads, story ads, or email headers, you just add another prompt template to the skill file and it generates those 2. Same system, but more outputs. And second, because you're using fal.ai, you can swap the model. So if Nano Banana 2 is better for specific style, like that lifestyle photography we saw in the comparison, you can tell Claude to use Nano Banana for the flat lay and GPT Image 2 for the text-heavy ones. So you get the best of both worlds. And third, you can batch this. If you've got 10 products, you can run this skill 10 times and generate 50 ad creatives in about 5 minutes, which is the kind of thing that used to take a design team a full day. So in a couple of minutes, we went from a single product photo to a full set of ad creatives. And you've got a reusable skill that does this whenever you need it, for any product, any brand. Now, the comparison showed that GPT Image 2 is the stronger model for anything text-heavy like UI, mockups, infographics, and graphic ads. But Nano Banana 2 still wins on lifestyle photography and scene composition. So the answer isn't that one model is better than the other. It's that you use the right one for the right job. And the system we just built lets you do exactly that. Now, reminder, the skill file is in the AI Builders boardroom. That's my school community for AI builders. Links below. And if you want help setting this up for your specific workflow, I do one-on-one coaching. Links in the description. Subscribe if you want to see what I build with this next. And drop a comment. What's the first product you generate ad creatives for with this? I'm curious to see what people build with it.